You know, I had a situation. You know, some guy called me and said that he's been on a tether for like 3 years, but nobody's monitoring him. And he said the judge told him he had to be on a tether the rest of his life. I just never heard of anything like that. I'm not sure a court has that sort of jurisdiction.
I'm not sure.
Especially since everything else is done. He's off parole and everything.
Weird.
But, you know, the tether company is getting paid every month.
Oh, so I can come down, okay.
So they're not letting him go.
Okay.
Well,
If you have any problem, just come out and have one of us, we're gonna see us, okay?
Oh, okay, all right. No meds, huh?
Huh?
I said, well, you need no meds, huh?
Good morning, all.
morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
This is the September 2nd, 2021 misdemeanor docket regarding cases arising out of Van Buren Township and Wayne Metro Airport for Judge Martin Courtroom 1. If you are not supposed to be with Judge Martin for a misdemeanor matter regarding Van Buren Township or Metro Airport, you are in the wrong courtroom. That being said, I see the Van Buren prosecutor, Ms. Manarino, and this court's MIDC court-appointed attorney for the morning, Jeffrey Bowditch. Mary Ann, good morning.
Morning.
I have our docket. Was Ms. Thompson the first defendant on the 9 o'clock docket to arrive?
Miss Craven was here first.
Craven, thank
Yes.
you.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Ms.
Your Honor.
Craven. Yes, sir.
I don't mean to interrupt, Your Honor. But I am here on specific cases. I'm not the MIDC lawyer of the day.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bowditch, for that clarification. Who is?
I'm not sure, Judge. I could check for you.
That'd be appreciated. Thanks for
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
clarification.
Yep.
When I see you, I'm ever hopeful that it is you. This is 21VB00620OM, Van Buren Township versus Mary Lynn Craven. State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Mary Lynn Craven.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, ma'am. For purposes of arraignment, it's alleged that on February 28, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is no offer from the prosecutor at this time. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
No, I'm just pleading guilty.
Ma'am, you understand if you plead guilty, you are facing up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs.
No, ma'am, I was not aware of that.
Ms. Craven, I started the proceeding by saying that you are facing a misdemeanor. It's alleged that on February 28, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud. And I will indicate to you again that, ma'am, the possible penalty in this matter is up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For purposes of arraignment this morning, do you wish to proceed on your own, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I guess I would need a court-appointed attorney because I cannot afford one.
Your Honor,
Okay,
that would
Ms.
be Mr. Jadala.
Mr. Jadala has not joined he's in the waiting room right now. Ms. Craven, when he comes in, you're going to need to join him in a breakout room. You'll have the opportunity to speak to him before coming back on the record with me. Good morning, Mr. Jadala.
Good morning, Your Honor.
The first one is Mary Lynn Craven. She is charged with retail fraud. There is no offer on the file as of yet.
And Sam,
This
when
is
you speak with your-
21BB
Sorry, Judge.
Black lady.
00848OM. This is
Black
Van
lady.
Buren Township
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Emma Jean Thompson. Ms. Thompson,
Good morning.
good morning, ma'am. State your name for the court, please.
My name is Emma Jane Thompson.
Ms. Thompson, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on March 29, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of assault and battery. This is punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
On my own.
Okay, ma'am, in response to the charges that are levied against you, for purposes of arraignment, how do you wish to proceed?
Guilty.
Guilty. You understand that if the court accepts your guilty plea, you are facing up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs.
So what now?
Basically 93 days.
For pleading guilty?
Is that what you wish to plead guilty, ma'am?
Yes.
No.
No, not guilty.
Ms. Thompson, who is there with you coaching you?
I'm a husband. She don't understand.
She doesn't understand?
Yeah. Look at the lawyer. Gotcha.
Ms. Thompson, do you intend to retain an attorney to assist you in this matter? Do you wish to proceed on your own, or are you looking to use the court-appointed attorney?
You got to, if we're
Oh,
gonna.
okay, I get a lawyer.
No. you got to- I don't know.
Okay, sir, no. When the court is addressing Ms. Thompson, I need you just to answer these questions so we can get moving on this matter. There is a court-appointed attorney who is here and is available to provide her assistance. Today is the arraignment. It is the first appearance. It is a guilty, not guilty, stand mute. Those are the options. If you wish to retain an attorney, you can do that. There's a court-appointed attorney here for you to discuss the matter with if you wish to. You can also proceed on your own. How do you wish to proceed this morning?
I'd like to have a court-appointed lawyer if I could talk to.
He is in with another file this morning. I will put you next to speak to him, okay?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Can I
Is
speak to-
Harold Lee present?
Can I speak to you for
I'm
a
sorry?
minute? Can I speak to you for a minute?
Not about this case, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Only because I can't give you any guidance in this matter. I can tell you what the charges are, what the penalties are, and what resources are available to you, okay?
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Understood. All right.
Harold Lee. Harold Lee. Marta Gia Seward. Miss Seward. Mr. Jadala, you're back with Miss Craven?
Yes, Ms. Craven had to, Ms. Craven had to hang up and call back because she was on the phone and not on Zoom, Your Honor. So she should be calling back
Okay,
early.
okay. When Mary Ann gets her back,
Then you had to take care of it.
but Mr. Jadala, in the interim, if you could go into a breakout room with Miss Imogene Thompson. It's assault and battery. There's no offer on the file. When Miss Craven gets back, we'll get her renamed and proceed, okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you. Miss Craven,
Yes, ma'am.
sit tight for 1 second. Mr. Jadala has gone in with another defendant, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mary Ann will get you renamed properly.
Thank
Wanda
you.
Bell. Good morning, Miss Bell. How are you? I can't hear you, ma'am.
It says invite you to join room 1.
Wonderful. I got you now.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
This is
okay.
21 VB 00937 A and B. Van Buren Township versus Wanda Bell. State your name again for me, please, Miss Bell. We were originally here on July 1st, 2021. Mr.
Thank you, Your
Bowditch.
Honor. Yeah, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Miss Bell. Could I go into a breakout room with Miss Bell, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Mary Ann, if you would facilitate that, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Thompson, you need to go into breakout room 1.
Hey, Ma, you make coffee?
Mr. Jadala is back. Are you looking for Miss Thompson? Miss
Yes,
Craven
I'll
is back.
join in the breakout room, Judge.
She walked away from the screen, so while we're waiting for Miss Thompson to get back where she needs to be, recalling the Craven matter.
And Your Honor, respectfully, Samar Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Craven. At this time, we're just going to ask for a pretrial in this matter and discovery will be offered by the prosecution.
Ask for the arraignment, sir.
We'll wait for more reading and statement, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Craven,
Yes, ma'am.
were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Vaguely, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Jadala, on behalf of Ms. Craven, stands mute to the charges in this matter. Ask for discovery, that is noted. Ask for a pretrial. This pretrial will be on September the 16th, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. Back with me, courtroom number 1. Bond in this matter will be set at $3,000 personal. Ms. Craven, you don't need to post any money, but what you must do is return for the September 16th hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, I'll prepare an order and get that to Mr. Jadala for discovery.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Ms. Craven, you may disconnect. Ms. Thompson? Oh, I didn't realize she was down there. Tim, she's gonna go into a breakout room with Mr. Jadala, okay? Mary Ann is going to.
I know.
be-
Sam, it's breakout
Yes.
room 1.
This is 20VB02349OM, Van Buren Township versus Acela Davis.
Good morning.
Good morning. State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Acela Davis.
Miss Davis, today is, you're Mr. Bowditch. He's in right now with someone else. Sit tight, ma'am. Have you spoken to him this morning?
I haven't spoken to him since the last court date.
Okay. Amanda Fernald. There's a gentleman with a beard, looks like a gray t-shirt and some blinds behind you. What is your name, sir? Yep, you looking down.
My name is Jeffrey Asafu.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey, I didn't catch your last name.
Asafu.
Asafu? Oh, I
Yes.
see you. ASAFU. My secretary will get you renamed. You're on our 920, so if you sit tight, mute yourself, we'll get to you as soon as we can.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. This is Attorney Ryan Hill here?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Attorney Coleman Potts. I'm here on behalf
Give me,
of.
no. Give me 1 second. Let me call the case before you put your appearance on. 18V002366 A and B. These are Van Buren Township versus Harold Adam Lee. Now, counsel, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Coleman Potts, P7607, on behalf of Mr. Lee, who appears by Zoom. Mr. Lee, please state your name for the record, sir.
Harold Adam Lee.
Your Honor, I believe today's date and time set for.
It is set for arraignment pretrial, sir. This incident occurred back on April 19, 2018 in Van Buren Township, at which time Mr. Lee was charged with the misdemeanor of a registration and/or plate violation. He was also issued a civil infraction on that date and time for no proof of insurance. The no proof of insurance is in default as of May 30th, 2018. He owes the court $478 in that matter, and he may contact the court's collection department to resolve it. As for the misdemeanor of the registration or plate violation, Mr. Potts, how do you wish to proceed?
We're going to enter a not guilty plea at this time, Your Honor. Is the prosecutor available today to speak with?
Ms. Manarino is here. Are you just looking for the offer, Mr. Potts?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't see anything from Mr. Lee, Ms. Manarino.
Your Honor, at this time, the offer is that if Mr. Lee pleads guilty to the driving on a suspended license charge, we would dismiss the second misdemeanor.
Is it possible to speak with Ms. Manarino in a breakout room briefly, Your Honor?
Absolutely, sir.
He's just coming. I think I
Are we done?
Mr. Jadala, back on the record for Ms. Thompson.
Oh,
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186. For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. And at this time, Your Honor, we respectfully request a final pretrial in this matter requiring any prosecution witnesses to appear.
Ms. Thompson, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now? Where did,
I'm putting her back out in your room. Angela, you can go back into room 3.
Is the court calling Miss Thompson's case? Because I have the victim in that matter on my,
Imogene Johnson.
Yep.
yes, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, I do have the victim on that on the Thompson matter on my phone, and she'd like to hear what's happening with the case. If I can just wait to go into the breakout room for a second.
I'm sorry, you broke up for a second. You said the victim's on the phone and what?
I have her on my cell phone, so if we could just wait to go into the breakout, if I could wait to go into the breakout room with Mr. Potts for a second so that Ms. Hughes can hear what's going on with Ms. Thompson.
We can finish, Ms. Thompson. Mr. Judologist is standing mute and asking for a final pretrial.
Okay.
Do you still want me to pass the matter?
No, Your Honor, that's all I needed to know so I can
Okay.
communicate that to Ms. Hughes. Thank you.
In the Thompson matter, final pretrial is September 16, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. Back with me in courtroom number 1. Bond for Ms. Thompson is set at $1,000 personal. Between now and the final pretrial where the complaining victim must be present, Ms. Thompson is to have no contact with the complaining victim. I don't have that person's name in my file.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
My apologies. I'm assisting her in here. She was having problems. Could you give me that date one more time, please? I'm writing it down for her.
September 16, 9/16/2021 at 9:10 a.m.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Is Ms. Thompson all set, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. There's your time.
Thank you.
Now I can go.
Yeah.
Mr. Bowditch, we
Yes,
have
Your Honor.
lost Ms. Manarino.
We are ready on Bell, Your Honor.
I understand, but inasmuch as this is the second appearance in this matter, I don't want to proceed without Ms. Manarino, and
Well, I
she
understand,
and
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Potts are back in the breakout room.
Your Honor, I had trouble. We've worked out something with Miss Bell, but I couldn't communicate with her, but she says she can communicate with the court, so that's good. But she had a clear understanding of my explanation.
In the interim, you have, Mr. Bowditch, another client here. Ms. Davis is here. Do you need to speak to her before the matter is called?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want me to put them in a breakout room, Judge, now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mary Ann, it looks like I'm supposed to go into breakout room 2 according to my screen.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Manarino, are you out with Mr. Lee or are you kicked out?
No, we're ready, Your Honor.
As soon as Mr. Potts, oh, here we are, recalling the Harold Lee matter. There was one case that wasn't put on the record. That was 1817860T. This was the driving while license suspended, revoked, or denied on that same date of April 19th, 2018. I have your appearances. We are back on the record in this matter. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we are just requesting adjournment of at least 30 days if possible, Your Honor. Mr. Lee hired us to help him get his license reinstated. He's very serious about this. We have about 4 different places that we need to get done. We recently had a court date in Dearborn. I have Detroit coming up next week. In order to further plea negotiations, Your Honor, we're trying to clear up some of these suspensions.
Mr. Potts, it is either September 16th or November 4th. What's your pleasure?
September 16th, Your Honor.
Bond in each matter will be $3,000 personal. Mr. Lee, you don't need to post any amount, but what you must do is reappear as directed by this court. Pretrial in this matter will be September 16, 2021 at 9:20 a.m. That is back with me in courtroom number 1 by Zoom. The only outstanding matter, as indicated previously, is the civil infraction, which is in default, and you owe the court money on. Mr. Lee, I would encourage you to call the court and make payment arrangements as to that civil infraction. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Potts?
Nothing on behalf of defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're all set. Mr. Lee, you may log off. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He went into a breakout room. Shoot. Ferdinand Safu.
Matthew, what is your last name, please?
Matthew Ion.
Thank you.
Mr. Dart, is your client with you?
He's not with me. I believe I saw him checked in online. No,
Do you need to speak to him before we go on the record?
I need to speak with Ms. Manarino if I could, not my client. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Marianne, would you put them in together, please?
It's breakout room 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is 21BB01300. This is Van Buren Township versus Jeffrey Asafu. State your name for me, please, sir.
Jeffrey Asafu.
Mr. Asafu, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on June 30th, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of trespass. Again, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 30 days in jail and fines of up to $250 plus court costs. There is no offer from the prosecutor at this time, sir. For purposes of arraignment, will you be representing yourself or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I'll be representing myself.
For purposes of arraignment, sir, how do you wish to proceed?
I wish to proceed guilty.
Guilty. Sir, you understand if the court accepts your plea of guilty this morning, your possible penalties could be up to 30 days in jail and fines of up to $250 plus court costs.
Yes, I understand.
Knowing that, you still wish to plead guilty to the charge?
No, I don't wish to plead guilty.
What do you wish to do, sir?
I wasn't in my right mind at the time, and it wasn't intentional.
Mr.
Because I was
Asafu,
going to
what
get my
happens
medicine.
here? No. This is the arraignment. Let's do the arraignment first, and then we can get to the pretrial. The arraignment is just notifying you of the charges, the possible penalties, the location, the date, that information, and your response is guilty, not guilty. You stand mute. If you're not sure of how to proceed on the arraignment part, there is an attorney available who's sitting here who you can go into a breakout room and discuss the matter with. So right now, the only thing that you're going to say is guilty, not guilty, stand mute, or court-appointed attorney. How do you wish to proceed?
I wish to stand mute.
And then proceed how, sir?
Actually, can I get a lawyer?
Exactly. Go into the breakout room. You'll see an invitation to join Mr. Jadal in the breakout room. Go there with him, discuss the matter, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Breakout room 1.
This is 21BB012990M, Van Buren Township versus Darnell Boyd. State your name for me, please, Mr. Boyd. Unmute yourself.
Darnell Boyd.
Thank you. Mr. Boyd, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter, sir. It's alleged that on, on June 29, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of being a disorderly person.
Yeah.
Sir, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. for purposes of arraignment, are you looking to proceed on your own, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I'll get some assistance.
I didn't hear you, sir.
I'll get some assistance from my attorney.
He is in the breakout room with another defendant right now. I will put you in to go in with him as soon as possible, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr.
Thank
Asaki,
you.
you need to go into breakout room 1, sir.
Going to break up.
Hello.
No, mute yourself, sir. Mr. Dart, you're back. What happened to Miss Manarino?
We had a
Here,
discussion.
Judge.
Okay, and if I may,
No, are you ready to proceed?
I am ready to proceed.
Okay, thank you. 21VB00349 Van Buren Township versus James Wagner.
Angela Manning on
Appearances,
behalf of the
please.
people.
David Dart on behalf of James Wagner.
Mr. Wagner, state your name for the court, please.
James Wagner.
Thank you. We were here on August 5th, 2021, adjourned to today for pretrial. How are we proceeding?
If I may,
Yes, sir.
all right, we're asking for another adjournment. I think that we're very close to resolution, and an offer has been made that we're very interested in. It's my understanding that the prosecution still wishes to speak with the victim, and I'm ready to proceed, but if she wants more time, I certainly don't object.
9/16 or 11/4?
I can only do, and I apologize to my client, 11/4, the 16th is terrible for me.
That's wonderful for me. Adjourn the pretrial to November 4th, 2021 at 9:20 a.m. That's back with me, courtroom 1 by Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Nothing.
Anything else, Mr. Dart?
Nothing, Mr. Wagner, I'm going to call you shortly.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Mr. Jadala, are you back with Mr. Asafu, or did he ever make it in with you?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll let you call the case, Your Honor, before I put it on the record.
Oh, Mr. Jadala, thank you so much. Back on the record, the case ending 1300, Asafu.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Asafu. At this time, Your Honor, we'd wait for him a reading and stand mute and just request a final pretrial on this matter.
Oh, Mr. Asafu's not back.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll stall a little bit. I don't know why he didn't come back. Maybe he didn't like our company. I'm not sure.
I'm forcing him out.
Mr.
Thank you,
Jadala,
ma'am.
do you need discovery on this matter?
If you don't mind, please.
Absolutely. I'll
Thank
just
you.
send
You
you
don't
all the
mind.
orders from today, this afternoon then.
Thank you. I believe he's back.
Discovery requested bond in this matter. Mr. Asafu, Mr. Jadala came out of the breakout room indicating that you be standing mute to the charges against you. Requested discovery from the prosecutor. Bond in this matter will be set at 1,000 personal. Mr. Asafu, you don't need to post any money, but what you do need to do is return at the next court date, which will be September the 16th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. That's back with me in courtroom number 1. We will be back by Zoom. Anything further in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Asafu, we'll see you on the 16th.
All righty. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And Mr. Ballard,
We're all good?
Jadala was going to go in with Mr. Boyd. Disorderly person, no offer.
Thank you.
And Mr. Bowdish, this is the case ending 0937 Wanda Bell. Were you ready to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where is, see you, Ms. Bell, thank you. Appearances, please.
Angela Manning on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Bell.
How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, today's a date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. I've spoken with prosecution. I've spoken with Ms. Bell. At this time, Ms. Bell wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor, plead guilty to the charge of retail fraud with the understanding the matter would be taken on a deferred status for a period of 1 year. If Ms. Bell gets into no more criminal mischief, the court will consider dismissal of these charges.
Is that your agreement, Ms. Manarino?
I don't recall discussing it with Mr. Bowditch, but I think that's fine.
That's
then-
correct,
Oh,
though, isn't it? Isn't that correct?
I don't remember, Jeff, I'll be honest with you. And then I guess we would dismiss the second charge.
The obstruction charge? It's from
Ms.
my
Bell, were
July
you
1st notes, Angela.
Okay, I didn't have it in my notes, but that's fine.
Ms. Bell, were you able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now? And it's your understanding that you will be pleading guilty to the retail fraud, that sentence in this matter will be deferred for a period of 12 months, and so long as you incur no new offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed, that the matter would thereafter be reviewed for dismissal? I'm not sure why I can't hear you, Ms. Bell.
I couldn't hear her either, Your Honor.
Ms. Bell? Ms. Bell? Don't worry about the video, just respond to the question, please. Ms. Bell? Ma'am, was that your understanding of the plea?
I don't believe her audio is on, Judge.
It's on.
Hello?
Ms. Bell? Yes, thank you. Ms. Bell, was that your understanding of the plea?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Wanda Bell?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Nope, I'm not doing this morning. Mr. Bowditch, I'll recall the matter in just a second. Were you able to speak to Ms. Davis this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the case ending 2349, Van Buren Township versus Davis. Mr. Bowditch and Ms. Manarino, I note your appearance. Your client previously put her appearance on the record. We were here on July 1st. The matter was adjourned to today. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I'm still, I just need a little piece of discovery. So if we could just adjourn this one more time, I apologize.
Ms. Manarino?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
The matter is adjourned to, excuse me, 9/16/2021 at 9:30 a.m. That's back in courtroom 1 with me. I'll make a notation that discovery outstanding. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, we'll see you here on September 16th. I am bringing Wanda Bell back in. We'll try to finish this plea one more time. Mr. Jadala, were you
Thank you,
done
Ms.
with
Davis.
Mr. Boyd?
Do you have my Canton address?
Yes, Your Honor. We're ready on Mr. Boyd.
Your Honor,
This is the case ending 1299.
I apologize, Your Honor. Miss Davis wished to give you a change of address. She didn't receive her last notice.
Your address, Ms. Davis.
41178 Canton Court. Canton 48188.
Anything else in this matter?
No, thanks.
Nothing,
Have
Your
a
Honor.
good day. Thank you.
Your Honor,
1299 Darnell Boyd.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning. My apologies, ma'am. We have our
No,
audio
okay.
working now.
You're fine, Mr. Sir. Give me 1 second. I'm in the middle of something else. We'll finish taking Ms. Bell's plea in just 1 moment, okay?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Back on the record in 1299 Darnell Boyd, Mr. Jadala. Good morning. Sam. Darnell Boyd.
Respect to Sandwich. I'm sorry, did you call the case, Judge?
I did, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to wait formal reading and stand mute. For Mr. Boyd, we're going to respectfully request the final pretrial and discovery, Your Honor.
Mr. Boyd, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes.
Okay. Defendant will stand mute to the charges against him. Discovery requested. Bond in this matter will be set at 1,000 personal. Mr. Boyd, you don't need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at the next proceeding in this matter, which will be on November the 4th, 2021 at 9:20 a.m. Oh, you know what? There was another case. I said it's me. It's not me. It's Judge Green in courtroom number 3. November 4th is Judge Green. I have to find the other file and that belongs in there. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Boyd, you're all set. You'll be back on November 4th with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Have a good day, sir.
At 9:20, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Another case, Judge, was Wagner that you set for Judge Green, just in case you were looking for it.
Thank you. I found it. I fixed it. I was like, wait a minute, that's not my initial. Back on the record in the Wanda Bell matters. Ms. Bell, are you able to hear the court now?
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
No worries, ma'am. Previously, Mr. Bowditch indicated to the court that the parties had reached a plea agreement where you would be tendering a plea of guilty to the retail fraud, understanding that sentence in the matter would be deferred for a period of 12 months. And so long as you incurred no new criminal offenses and paid the fines and costs assessed to the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. And that your guilty plea to the retail fraud would have the partner resisting and obstructing dismissed. Was that your understanding of the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it true that on April 11, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the offense of retail fraud by going into the Meijer and
Yes,
attempting
ma'am.
to remove property valued at $65.48 without tendering payment for same?
61. Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, Your Honor, satisfied.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty pursuant to MCL 771.1, will dismiss the guilty to the retail fraud, will dismiss the resisting and obstructing. As for sentencing in this matter, Mr. Bowditch, do you have any comment?
Your Honor, I believe that Ms. Bell suffers from a little bit of a disorder right now in which I believe she's taking medication. I've spoken with her husband several times. The situation that caused this has been corrected. I don't believe she has any criminal history. I don't think there'll be a repeat of this matter.
Is there any request for restitution from Meyer?
No, Your Honor, the merchandise was recovered.
Thank you. Ms. Bell, I see your criminal history in the file. There, nope, that's your driving record. I don't see anything in this matter. Ma'am, prior to this April 11, 2021 incident, when was the last time you had contact with law enforcement?
Oh, I don't recall.
More than 5 years, more than 10 years?
More than 10 years.
Thank you. The court is going to impose a fine of $200, cost of $100, $75 mandatory crime victims, $50 mandatory state cost, and fund fee of $20. Ma'am, by the court's calculation, that's $445.
Understood, ma'am.
Are you able to? Okay, you can contact the court's collection department to make payment arrangements. You can go on the court's website and submit a written request for a payment plan, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Manorino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Bell, we're all set. Have a good day, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bell.
Christopher Collins? No. Mr. Mays, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
This is are you ready to proceed in your matters?
I need a breakout room with the prosecutor if I could, please.
Mary Ann will put you into a breakout room, and while you're gone, she'll bring the other people in to identify them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Burgess.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Are you ready to proceed with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We're still waiting on some discovery, so we're actually asking for an adjournment.
Wait. Nope. I'm not calling a case yet. I just wanted to see where you were with your.
We are. I just was kind of giving the court a heads up as to what we're requesting. Sorry. I wasn't trying to go on
No,
the
that's
record.
okay. We're losing the prosecutor for a second. Is your client with you or?
No, he should be. I just texted him. He should be on, Judge, or jumping on. I'm sorry.
If you stop talking, I'm going to stop talking, and Mary Ann will identify these people.
Sir, that has the name of iPhone. You have a jacket on, a blue jacket. What is your name,
Yes.
please?
Tyreek Hunter.
Turner
Tyreek Hunter.
Hunter. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Ma'am, that has Galaxy A02S. Can you hear me? Ma'am, who's sitting in the car, walking outside now. What is your name?
Angelina Jackson.
Jackson?
Correct.
Thank you. The person that has one TEZ 87 with the light or something behind you, it looks like, what is your name? Ma'am?
Dominique Ruffum.
Dominique Wilson?
Ruffum.
What case are you here for this morning?
For me?
Yes. Miss Ruffin,
Yes, ma'am.
what case are you here for this morning?
I just noticed that I have two dates here, one for September 2nd and one for September 16th. I guess I'm here for the September 2nd one.
Okay, if you give me 1 second, I'll see, I'll look into that. The person that has iPhone, the woman who has the sunglasses on, looks like you're in a car. What's your name, please?
Tia Cargill.
Carhill,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Cargill with the G.
Okay, thank you. Judge, the interpreter that is here for Mr. Bacchus, she does have another court that she has to go into. And there's one other person that's unidentified in the waiting room. I'll bring him in and see if that is him.
Ms. Manarino and Mr. Mays, back on the case that ends 1377. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Mr. Volker, who appears via Zoom. We consent to proceeding in this fashion, Judge.
And Angela
Mr.
Manarino.
Volker, state your name for me, please.
David Volker.
So, Your Honor, what the prosecutor and I have agreed to, we've tentatively got a plea worked out on this case, but we would like Mr. Volker to go and meet with the probation office to see if he qualifies for sobriety court. The difficulty in this case is that he's in Monroe, and I want them to ascertain whether or not he can join and participate in the sobriety court program. I should also add, Judge, he has voluntarily gone into house arrest services, and he has been on an alcohol monitoring device since the inception of this case with no positive scores, actively participating in AA on a regular basis.
You done? Okay. Let me see.
If your
thought it was-
case is not currently being heard, please mute yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mays, for that information. I'll make a
Okay.
note. Ms. Manarino, that's your understanding of how we're proceeding this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll make a notation in the file that the matter is being referred to probation for consideration for the sobriety court. I've also made a notation regarding the alcohol. Regarding the alcohol monitoring and the AA attendance. Mr. Mays, you better know than I do, once that goes down, how long it'll take to come back up for entry of the plea.
Yeah, a few weeks, I would assume.
There's a September 16th date with me or November 4th with Judge Green. As she does sobriety court, it might be more beneficial to put it over to her docket.
November 4th works, except that I possibly have a jury trial on that day.
If the date no longer works, I'm sure the court will make an accommodation, but I just
Okay.
want to allow sufficient time for you to get downstairs and
Yeah.
talk to probation or whatever you need to do for purposes of arraignment.
Oh, I'd waive reading and ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Thank you. I'm going to put you on with Judge Green for November 4th, 2021 at 9:20 a.m. The notations are in the file regarding the other issues. Bond in the matter. Any comment as to bond?
I think that because Mr. Volker has already voluntarily done everything that the court might have wanted from him, that the court just allow him to continue to do this voluntarily so that he can prove himself worthy of the entry into the sobriety court program.
Any comment, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, we'd leave it to the court's discretion.
5,000 personal. Mr. Volker to continue as he has been since the inception of this matter. Anything further, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Mays?
No, thank you very much. Have a great day, Judge.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day and good luck to you, Mr. Volker.
Thank you very much. You take care.
Mr. Batar, were you able to go in with Mr. Minna?
Good morning, Your Honor. I went in, but he didn't join me.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
nope. Too late, Mr. Mena. I have, Mr.
Ah,
Batar will
well.
do one case with me and then you can go into the breakout with him. He'll do 2104660M. This is Van Buren Township versus Yvette Bobo. Appearances, please.
Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Ms. Bobo.
Ms. Bobo,
Ms.
I'm
Bobo,
here.
state your name.
Yvette
Thank you,
Bobo.
ma'am. Today is the day and time set for the final pretrial on the matter. It's scheduled for 9:40 a.m. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we were wondering if the complaining witness has appeared. I believe he was supposed to be present for today's hearing. If he is not, we would move to dismiss.
Your Honor, I wasn't aware the complaining witness was supposed to be here in this matter. I thought we were adjourning it for purposes of restitution. I got the documentation from the one victim regarding the restitution.
My notes from August 5th indicate final pretrial 9/2/2021, 9:40 a.m. Complainant must appear. Back with me. So is there a Kenneth Sykes present? Is there a Tracy Moore present? As to Mr. Batar's request for dismissal?
Your Honor, because the complaining witness has failed to appear, we move to dismiss.
Ms. Manarino, any comment?
No, Your Honor, not beyond what I've stated.
Thank you. Defendant's motion to dismiss will be granted based on the complainant's failure to appear. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Batar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Bobo, you're all set. This matter is being dismissed. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr. Mena,
Mr.
please
Batar.
join Mr. Batar in breakout room number 4.
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. Is Mr. Backus here? Backus. Madam Interpreter, when do you need to be somewhere else?
Good morning, Your Honor. By 11 o'clock.
By what o'clock?
11, and it's a Zoom.
11. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Robertson, 193-016 OD and 193-017 OT. These matters are Van Buren Township versus Antonio Robertson. Why do I have?
I think there's 3 cases here.
There are. One 93018 OT. Counsel, appearances.
Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court, David Burgess on behalf of Antonio Robeson. No objection to appearing via Zoom.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Antonio Roberson.
Thank you, Mr. Roberson. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial in this matter. We were last here on August 5th, 2021. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we're waiting for a little discovery as well as continued plea negotiations. Just a brief adjournment is all we're requesting, Your Honor.
There are no brief adjournments, Mr. Burgess. Unfortunately, my September 16th is full. Your adjourn
Okay.
date will be November the 4th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
And that is
All
with
right.
Judge Green in courtroom number 3, and that will also be by Zoom.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good morning.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Burgess?
No, Judge. Thank you.
We're all set. Mr. Roberson, good luck to you. You may log off now. Christopher Collins ever arrive?
Yes, ma'am. I've been here.
Thank you. Mr. Collins with Mr. Bowditch. Mr. Bowditch, do you need to speak with your client? Jeffrey Bowditch.
I think he's on mute because his dogs.
Guilty. Yeah, yeah.
Do you,
Oh,
do
not
you need to
charge,
speak to
that was-
Mr. Collins?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Mary Ann, if you put Mr. Bowditch and Mr. Collins in the breakout room, please. Thank you.
Judge, could I also get a breakout room with Angelina Jackson, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mary Ann will probably send you back to number 5 with Ms. Jackson. Ms. Jackson, please join Mr. Bitar. Ms. Rabin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. Avery Jackson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Ms. Rabin, you are a little early and we're still a little behind. So if you would sit tight with your client, did you need to speak to either your client or the prosecutor this morning?
No, Your Honor, we're just going to enter a plea as was said on the record last time we were here.
Okay. We'll get to your client as soon as we can. We are still trying to get some of the 9:30s done. So sit tight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Collins. Tracy Conley. Christopher Malone. Matthew Iron.
Matthew Ions here.
Mr. Iron.
Yes, speaking. Hello. Let me get my video on.
Thank you. You're just a disembodied voice for a second there.
Yeah.
This is 210-569-OM. This is Van Buren Township versus Matthew Iron. Sir, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 19, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed a misdemeanor, that being the discharge and possession of a firearm. This misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Let's look. There is no offer from the prosecutor at this time for purposes of the arraignment. Were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I'll probably talk to your attorney before I talk to the
You're
prosecutor,
going to
please.
see an invitation. You're going to see an invitation to go into the breakout room with Mr. Jadala. When you see that, please join him. Already on, okay.
Correct. I got it.
So when you see that, Mr. Iron, please join him, okay?
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Sam, it's breakout room 1.
This is 21WM01119, Wayne County Airport versus Angelina Jackson. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Daniel Bitar on behalf of Ms. Jackson, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to meet and there's a resolution. We're going to amend the charge to double parking, payment of $350 fine, and the misdemeanor would be dismissed upon acceptance of that plea.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, state your name for the record.
Angelina Jackson.
Thank you. 350?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, were you able to hear the statements made by the attorneys just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it your understanding that you will be tendering a plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and the misdemeanor security breach will be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you understand the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You give up the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, is it true that and you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Is it true that on May 20th, 2021 at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Batar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking. The misdemeanor breach of security will be dismissed. Fine will be assessed of $350. Ma'am, are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I need a little more time. If I could get like 60 days.
Ma'am, what you'll do is you go on to the court's website, which is mi34thdistrictcourt.com. You can submit a email request for a payment plan, or you can call the court and speak to the collections department to establish a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. You're all set. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Judge Martin, I need
Thank
a
you.
breakout room.
Thank
with
you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
We weren't done speaking. I'm sorry.
You need a breakout room with whom?
Mr. Ion, I-O-N, we weren't done speaking. You were thrown out.
Marianne will put you back in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you ready with Mr. Collins?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
This is 210458 and 210459. These are Van Buren Township versus Christopher Nathan Eugene Collins. Ms. Manarino and Mr. Bowditch, I note your appearance for the records. Mr. Collins, please state your name for me.
Christopher Collins.
We were last here on July 1st. The matter was adjourned for today for pretrial. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, in these events, there was also an accompanying felony. I'm reluctant, this is all under one incident. I'm reluctant to do anything, Your Honor, prior to the felony so as to not prejudice it. His next court appearance downtown is September 15th. I was just hoping we could adjourn this till after that date to see what happens in the felony.
And put the matter over to Judge Green's November 4th docket. Pretrial in this matter and these matters will be adjourned to November 4th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. And that's
Thank
with
you, Your Honor.
Judge Green. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Collins, you're all set. We'll see you back here, Judge Green, on November 4th. Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Your Honor,
Thank you.
I don't believe I have anything else. I have to visit with Judge Green now.
Okay, have a good day, Mr. Bowditch. If we need you, somebody will reach out to you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Manarino.
Who's your attorney?
Um,
Who were you speaking with? Did you speak to anybody at all, ma'am?
no,
No?
just a man came on and I couldn't hear nothing.
Jamie,
Hey, how are you, ma'am?
I am wonderful. I'm trying to do a docket. Good morning, Ms. Davis. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. This is 210589OD. This is Van Buren Township versus Teresa Davis. State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Teresa Murphy Davis.
Ms. Davis, it appears that you are here on a motion to set aside judgment. Ms. Manarino, is that what you're showing?
That's what I saw on the docket. I don't know what that's for though, Judge. I didn't see any motion.
Ms. Davis, I'm looking, and I'm not quite sure. I think your notice might be, I think you actually should be here for arraignment.
As soon as you see this, you want to call me when it's clear in here? I call you. Yeah, and then send them in here when she's done, right? Okay, guys, thank you.
Ms. Davis, this is alleged that on July 17, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you operated a vehicle while intoxicated. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
A court-appointed attorney.
Ma'am, you're going to see an invitation to join Mr. Jadala in a breakout room. There's an offer from the prosecutor. You have her list of offers, Mr. Jadala?
It may have been emailed to me, I'm not sure, Your Honor, but if there is an offer on Ms. Davis, I would take it from you, Judge.
Operating while visibly impaired.
That's your turn. He'll talk to you, okay, ma'am?
Jamie, if you could get her moved into the breakout room, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
That's no problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
This is 21WM01095. This is Wayne County Airport versus Avery Jackson.
Good morning,
Mr.
Your
Mena?
Honor. Margaret Raven, P39243, on behalf of Mr. Jackson. Your Honor, our
Mr. Jackson,
prosecutor is Mr. Mena.
Yes, ma'am. I was calling his name. I was trying to see where he is. He is in a breakout room for some reason because he's in there by himself. I'm not sure what's going on. Don't leave, though. Mr. Jackson, state your name for me, please. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Your Honor, Avery Jackson.
Thank you, sir. Why is Mr. Mena refusing to come out of this breakout room? Ms. Raven, I'm trying to force him out. As soon as he comes out, I will recall the matter.
Thank you. Your Honor, do I need to come down there and help?
Come down and help in what regard, ma'am?
Get him out of the breakout room. It's called extraction.
Listen, I've tried twice.
Your Honor, we're fine if you want to go on to something else until he comes. I'm sure he's doing something appropriate on another case.
I hope so. We'll see here shortly.
Oh, here he is, Your Honor.
Yeah, I had to go get him. Mr. Mena, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honors. Sorry about that.
No worries. This is the matter of Avery Jackson. Ms. Raven has put her appearance on the record.
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Your Honor,
Thank you. We were here back on August 5th, 2021, started to take a plea and it looks like it went awry. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we are going to do a plea this morning. I have been able to confirm the information I needed with Laura, and we're going to proceed under the plea terms that the prosecutor offered last time.
The offer was, if Mr. Jackson pleads guilty, sentence in this matter will be delayed for 3 months, and so long as he incurred no new criminal offenses during that 3 months and pay the fines and costs assessed, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Is that your understanding, Ms. Raven?
It is, yes.
And is that what you wish to do this morning, Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to see, to present your own witnesses or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that you, on May 17, 2021, at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, committed a checkpoint violation by taking a black 6-hour through the checkpoint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Satisfied, Ms. Rabin?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the charge. The sentence in this matter will be delayed as indicated for a period of 3 months. As for fines and costs in this matter, do you have any comments on behalf of your client, ma'am?
Only that Dr. Jackson is not only remorseful, but very embarrassed by this. He was rushing to catch a plane for a conference, grabbed a backpack he routinely carries that also had conference materials in it. And unfortunately, his personal handgun was in that backpack. I have no other comments to make. This is a one-time mistake, and I appreciate the people's offer to resolve it in the way that we are going to resolve it.
Thank you, ma'am. The court's going to assess a fine of $500, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, fund fee of $20 for a total of $845. Anything further in this matter, Mr. Mena?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further in this matter, Ms. Rabin?
No, Your Honor.
Will your client be able to pay this amount within 30 days, or is he going to need more time?
Yes, Your Honor, I can pay it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, Dr. Jackson. Have a good day. Thank you, Ms. Rabin, for your patience this morning.
Thank you very much.
Are you ready with Ms. Davis, Mr. Jadala?
Yes, and I'm also ready on Mr. Ion, I-O-N.
Thank you. I think Mr. Ion was here first. Recalling 210569, Matthew Ion.
And Your Honor, Samer Jadala, P62186. For purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading. At this time, we're going to respectfully request a final pretrial as well as discovery in this matter, Judge.
Haven't you embarrassed me enough? I wasn't trying to embarrass you. I'm trying to keep you from getting a boo-boo.
Thank you, sir. Waive formal reading, stand mute, discovery requested. Final pretrial requested for, the date will be November 4th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. and that will be in courtroom number 3 with Judge Green.
Thank you, Judge.
The information from Van Buren Township Public Safety indicates that they do not oppose a personal bond. The court will set bond in this matter at $1,000 personal. Mr. Ion, you don't need to post any amount, but what you do need to do is appear at the next hearing, which again will be on November 4th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. with Judge Green. Anything further in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Ion, good luck to you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Back on the record in the case ending 0589, Van Buren Township versus Teresa Davis.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Davis. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we stand mute. At this time, Your Honor, we respectfully request a pretrial on this matter and also respectfully request discovery.
Ms. Davis, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes.
I'll make an indication in the file that you waive the formal reading. Discovery requested. As for bond in this matter, The recommendation from law enforcement indicates that they do not oppose personal bond. Court will set your bond, Ms. Davis, at $5,000 personal. Mr. Jadal has also requested that the pretrial in this matter be adjourned. The adjourned date will be the November 4th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. That will be in courtroom number 3 with Judge Green, and that will be back by Zoom.
Thank you,
Anything
Judge.
else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Ms. Davis, you're all set. You'll be back again with Judge Green on November 4th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Morris, we see you, and I'll get to you in just 1 second, sir. Miss Sherry Taylor, this is 21VB01339. Van Buren Township versus Sherry Taylor. Ms. Taylor, unmute yourself and state your name for me, please. You're muted, ma'am.
Hello, you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. State your name for me, please.
Oh, how you doing today? My name is Sherry Sharice Taylor.
Ms. Taylor, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, ma'am. It's alleged that on July 4th, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud. Ma'am, this is punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I can accede on my own.
Ma'am, for purposes of arraignment, how are you proceeding?
Guilty. Guilty, ma'am.
Guilty, ma'am. You understand the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter. You're facing a penalty of up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs.
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that you still wish to plead guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter. You won't have the opportunity to see, cross-examine, or put forth witnesses on your own.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it true that on July 4th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, Ms. Taylor, before I accept your plea in this matter, I'd like to disclose to you that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. He is not in charge of the Van Buren Township Public Safety, does not have any idea or information about your case in this matter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you still wish to proceed with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea. Madam Prosecutor, does your offer still stand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Taylor, there was an offer from the prosecutor that if you tendered your guilty plea, sentence of this matter would be delayed for a period of 6 months. And so long as you paid any fines and costs assessed by this court and incurred no new criminal offenses, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And you wish to avail yourself of that, correct?
Correct.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea as being freely and voluntarily given. For a period of 6 months, incur no new criminal offenses. As for sentencing in this matter, the only thing that I can see being requested for restitution is $7.08. Is that accurate, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, that wasn't on Ms. Taylor's
I'm
matter.
sorry.
That was on a different matter. There's no claim for restitution on this matter, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Manarino.
You're
Wonderful.
welcome.
That's why I say it out loud. What is the item that was Nope, never mind. Nope, 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 nope. Doesn't matter. Ms. Taylor,
Yes,
prior
ma'am.
to this incident on July 7th, 2021, when was your last contact with law enforcement?
Oh, that was it. Nothing but probably a ticket. That was it. A ticket, but that's been like over like 15 years.
Okay. Ma'am, the court is going to assess a fine of $200, cost of $100, crime victims of $50, mandatory state cost of $20, and mandatory state cost of $50 and fund fee of $20. That's a total of $445. Ma'am, do you need more than 30 days to pay that off?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss
Okay.
Lisa. No, ma'am.
You're so welcome, ma'am. $445 within 30 days. Again, no new criminal offenses in the next 6 months, and the matter will be reviewed for dismissal, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Lisa.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, you have a better one.
Thank you. Mary Ann, would you move Mr. Mena and Mr. David Ganem into a breakout room, please?
I just got through with the breakout room, Your Honor. I just
Oh, wonderful. Mary Ann's one step ahead of me. That's always wonderful.
finished. Thank you. Yeah, I'm
And
just
then-
waiting for him to get a report, so.
His client, Your Honor, is not till 10:50, so I emailed my detective to see if I can get a report.
Thank you. Did Mr. Backus ever show up? Mr. Kuja, did you get an opportunity to speak to the prosecutor yet?
No, I didn't, Judge.
Okay. You need to speak to Ms. Manarino.
Okay.
Mary Ann will get you into a breakout room with her if she's available.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you
here.
can join
Yep,
her
I'm
in
here.
room number 3, please. This is 21WM01098. This is Wayne County Airport versus Rachel Spence Everett.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
State your name for me, please.
Rachel Spence Everett.
Ma'am, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on May 18, 2021, at Wayne County Airport, located in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor, excuse me, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
On my own, please.
Ma'am, there is an offer, thank you. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the charge against you, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 2 months. And so long as you committed no new criminal offenses during that 2-month period and pay the fines and costs assessed by this court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept that offer, or would you wish to proceed with the arraignment?
Yes, ma'am. I'll take that.
Ma'am, you understand the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said, are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
I'm pleading guilty because I did it. It was an accident, but I did it.
So you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am. I think I
you.
understand what you're saying.
Is it true that on May 18, 2021, at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you took a dangerous weapon through the security checkpoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Ms. Spence Everett, you were about to say?
No, I just didn't know if I was going to be able to explain my story or if it's just kind of cut and dry. I'm sorry. I've never done this before.
What, Ms. Watts, I see you. Give me 1 second. Ma'am, what is it that you want to say to the court?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay. Am I allowed to explain my story? It takes like 2
I'm
minutes.
asking you, yep, I'm asking you right now. What is it that you want to say?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be emotional. I just had a situation with my son at the beginning of the year where he was in the hospital for possible suicide attempt. So I had hid my guns in that backpack because I work for Van Buren as well as a firefighter, and I was going to go on a 24-hour shift, and I was worried that something might happen when I wasn't at home. So I put him in that backpack, and 3 months later, I was going on a trip and grabbed that bag, of course. Worst day of my life. So that's how it happened. It wasn't intentional. It was a complete accident. I've never even had a parking ticket my whole life. It was just a tragic accident, and I apologize. I know it was wrong and stupid, but I just wanted it to be known that it was an accident.
Anything else, ma'am?
That's it.
Any comment, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Spence Everett, the court has accepted your plea with the terms provided, 2 months of delayed sentence in this matter. If you incur, again, no new criminal offenses during this period, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal.
Yes, ma'am.
You've indicated that there were guns that you were trying to take through security checkpoint, and the plea offer from the prosecutor indicates that those guns may be returned upon successful completion. That means the 2 months of no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed by this court. What the court is going to assess is a $500 fine, $200 cost, $75 crime victims, mandatory state costs of $50, and the fund fee of $20. That's $845. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
Yes, ma'am, I can pay that.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Spence Everett, do you have any more questions or statements?
No, thank you for your time.
You're so welcome, ma'am. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is 210568 Van Buren Township versus Stephanie Watts.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. State your name for me, please.
Stephanie Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
Ms. Watts, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 9, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of malicious use of service provided by a telecommunications provider. The maximum penalty in this matter is 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I have a court-appointed attorney that called me maybe a month ago and said that we would speak on this day.
Who was the court-appointed attorney?
I'm not 100% sure of his name. I want to say Sam or
Mr. Jadala, maybe? Do you need to speak to him this morning before proceeding?
I would like to, yes.
Mr. Jadala, can you go in with Ms. Watts?
Thank you, Judge.
No, there is no offer in this file. Ms. Watts, please join the attorney when you see the invitation to go into the breakout room. This is 21WM01360OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Anthony Morris. Take your cap off, Mr. Morris, and state your name for me, please.
Anthony Morris.
Mr. Morris, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 11, 2021, at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by attempting to take a dangerous weapon through the departure level. Sir, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor in the file that indicates that if you plead guilty to the checkpoint violation misdemeanor, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. And if during that time you incurred no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter would be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Would you like
Yes,
the
I-
opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or do you wish to proceed on your own?
Proceed on my own. I would take the offer.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You give up the right to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
No one's threatened you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on June 11, 2021, you attempted or you carried a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena? What was the weapon? Mr. Morris,
Yes.
what was the weapon?
It was a Glock 23. It wasn't loaded or didn't have cartridge in it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, the court accepts your plea in this matter. Will assess a fine of $500, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and the fund fee of $20. That's $845. Are you able to pay that amount within 30 days, or do you need more time?
30 days would be good.
Okay. Thank you, sir. 30 days, $845. No new criminal cases within the next 30 days. Sorry, within the next 90 days. Your gun may be returned to you upon successful completion of this agreement. Understood?
Yes, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Morris?
No.
We're all set. Have a good day, sir.
You too, thank you.
Mr. Jadala and Ms. Watts? No. Yes.
And Your Honor, respectfully, we're ready to proceed.
210568, Van Buren Township versus Watts.
And Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Watts. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to waive formal reading and stand mute. We're going to respectfully request a final pretrial on this matter, ask for discovery. Your Honor, Ms. Watts has explained to me that she does have a copy of the police report. She has some objections to what's in the police report. I'll just advise her that I do need to seek my own copy and discovery from the prosecution. And then at that time, we could talk further and see each other again on Zoom for her next pretrial date. You understand, Ms. Watts?
Yes.
Bond in this matter will be set at $1,000 personal.
So why would
Final
I? I'm sorry. Why would I have a bond?
You're being arranged. She's giving you a personal bond, meaning you do not have to post any money. It's a personal bond, man.
So I'm charged with something. I mean, I'm not guilty, so I don't understand where the bond is coming in.
You're being
Even
arraigned. When
It's
you're
a personal bond.
It is a personal bond. Ms. Watts, you've been sitting here for almost over an hour now. You've heard me set bond before. It's because there's a criminal matter. This is your arraignment. I'm setting your bond at $1,000 personal. You don't have to post any money, but what you do need to do is continue to appear as directed by this court until the matter is resolved. Your next court date will be your final pretrial date, which will be on November the 4th, 2021 at 9:40 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. That will be back by Zoom. Mr. Jadala has requested discovery in this matter. He's indicated that you have a copy of the police report, but he has to request it through formal channels. He will do that, and hopefully the matter will be resolved when you return on November 4th. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
We're all set. Ms. Watts, have a good day. You may disconnect now.
Thank you.
I was gonna call your name, sir. Thank you. This is 21WM01454, Wayne County Airport versus Basha. Appearances, please.
For the record,
morning,
Your Honor,
Your-
James Smena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Ganem for the defendant. I'm
I
sorry.
have
go ahead.
not obtained a copy of the report. The offer is 771 for 3 months. I'm not sure what council wants to do with this.
Well, I want to see, I mean, do you think you'll be able to get a copy of the report in the next 20 minutes or so? I mean, I'd like to
Excuse me.
wait.
Where's your client? I'm sorry.
You know what, Your Honor, it's set for 15 minutes. I did tell at 10:50 in 15
Oh,
more
no,
minutes.
no. We can pass if you're not ready.
Yeah, we are not ready
Okay.
at the moment.
I'm gonna put you on the side again. Hopefully you get the police report and your client will be here and we'll recall the matter. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Mr. Basha never showed up, did he? Bacchus, I'm sorry, Bacchus.
There's correct. There is one person that I don't know who is in the waiting room. I can bring that person in if you want me to.
Would you please?
Yeah.
Were you ready with Mr. Adams, sir?
I am, Judge.
Mary, you can bring him in. I'll start doing this other one in the interim. This is 21VB01391 A and B. These are Van Buren Township versus Kyle Andrew Adams. Appearances, please.
Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamil Kuja appearing on behalf of Kyle Adams.
Mr. Adams, state your name for me, please.
Kyle Andrew Adams.
Thank you. These matters were scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning. How are we proceeding?
Judge, I was able to speak to the prosecutor and we were able to reach a resolution of Mr. Adams pleading guilty to operating while visibly impaired. In exchange, the original charges would be dismissed.
Mr. Adams, were you able to hear your attorney just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your understanding that you will be tendering a plea to, I'm sorry, operating while visibly impaired,
Yes, ma'am.
and that the other charges, the open intoxicants and the operating while intoxicated, will be dismissed?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on, I'm sorry, Mr. Cujo?
Yes, Judge.
Before we finish, I'm not sure if you were in the courtroom when I previously indicated that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. He has no input or control over the day-to-day operations of the Public Safety Department, but I'm making this disclosure to you because Van Buren Township is the issuing agency in this matter.
Yeah, I have no objection with you still presiding
Thank
over the
you, sir.
case.
Mr. Adams, is it true that on July 18, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you operated a motor vehicle while you were visibly impaired?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Kuja?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Adams, the court accepts your plea to the amended count of operating while visibly impaired. The open end talks will be dismissed. This matter will be referred to probation. They will contact you, Mr. Adams, and complete your interview and recommendation to the court. They will also set the sentencing date in this matter. I want to confirm for you, Mr. Adams, that we have you on Oak Lane, apartment number 1205,
Yes, ma'am.
and your phone number, sir.
734-507-1926.
And your email address.
redkj23@gmail.com.
The probation department will call you and send you an email within the next couple of days. Please complete any documents they send to you for completion and return them timely. Please respond to any phone calls or voice messages you receive from them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else on behalf of your client, sir?
No, Your Honor, I just wait for a notice in the mail for the sentencing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you so very much. Good luck to you, Mr. Adams. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day too.
Thank you. This is 21VB01312 Van Buren Township versus Hunter. Mute yourself. State your name for me, please, sir.
Hold up, Lisa. I'm on court. How you doing, ma'am? My name is Tyreek Hunter. I apologize.
Mr. Hunter, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on July 2nd, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you operated a vehicle while intoxicated, sir. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of today's arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I'll look for the assistance of a court-appointed, ma'am, please.
Then, Mr. Hunter, I want you to get somewhere still, sit down. You'll get invitation to join Mr. Jadala in the breakout room. There's one count of operating while intoxicated. The offer is operating while visibly impaired. You have the opportunity to speak with him, and then you'll come back into this main session and we'll proceed with your matter. Thank you, sir. Mary Ann, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 21WM01449 Wayne County Airport versus Jay Jones.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Munn appearing on behalf of the airport.
State your name, Ms. Jones.
Jay Jones.
Ms. Jones, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, ma'am. It's alleged that on June 20th, 2021, at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you committed a misdemeanor checkpoint violation, punishable up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes, there's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to this charge, sentence in the matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. And so long as you committed no new criminal offenses during this time and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Did you wish to accept this offer from the prosecutor? Would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or did you intend to proceed on your own?
I'd like to accept the offer.
Ma'am, you understand that if your court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter. You give up the right to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily? No one's threatening you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Jones, is it true that on June 20th, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you took a dangerous weapon through the security checkpoint?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that weapon, ma'am?
A taser.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, the court will accept your plea of guilty to the checkpoint violation. As previously indicated, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, so long as you have no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs that the court is about to assess. The matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Ms. Jones, do you have any comment you'd like to make before the court imposes your fines and costs in this matter?
No.
Ma'am, the court's going to impose a fine of $300, cost of $200, crime victims of $75. There's a mandatory state cost of $20 and a fund fee. I'm sorry, mandatory state cost of $50 and a fund fee of $20. That's $645.
Damn.
Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
More time.
What you'll do, Ms. Jones, you can go onto the court's website, which is mi34thdistrictcourt.com. You can submit an email request to establish a payment plan, or you can contact the court's collection department to request a payment plan. Your phone number, please, ma'am.
248-781-6749.
Anything further, Mr. Mena?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Jones?
Nothing further.
You're all set, ma'am. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is 21WM01382. This is Wayne County Airport versus Kyle Giles.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Mr. Giles,
Yeah, I'm here.
state your name, sir.
Kyle Giles.
Mr. Giles, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on June 12, 2021, at Wayne County Airport, located in the city of Romulus, you committed a misdemeanor, that being the breach of security, which is punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, and so long as you committed no new criminal violations and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter would be reviewed for dismissal. Did you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Do you want to speak to court-appointed attorney, or are you looking to proceed on your own?
I want to speak to a court-appointed attorney.
He has another matter ahead of yours, Mr. Giles, but if you sit tight, we'll get you in with him as soon as possible, okay?
Bet.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jadala, were you ready with Mr. Hunter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Back on the record in the case that ends 1312 Hunter, Van Buren Township.
And Your Honor, respectfully, Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hunter. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we waive formal reading and staying mute. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Hunter would like to avail himself to the plea. I've gone over his rights. He understands the rights he is waiving today by pleading guilty to 1 count of operating while visibly impaired.
Mr. Hunter, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And is your understanding this morning that you will be entering a plea of guilty to the amended count of operating while visibly impaired?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, before I accept your plea in this matter, I'll disclose to you and your attorney that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. While he is elected in the township, he is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the law enforcement agency, Van Buren Township Public Safety. Any comment, Mr. Jadala?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hunter, you understand the court accepts your plea in this matter. You give up a right to have a trial in this matter. You give up a right to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on July 2nd, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you operated a vehicle while visibly impaired by intoxicants?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Hunter, the court accepts your plea to the amended count of operating while visibly impaired. Will refer the matter to probation for interview and recommendation. The probation department will schedule your sentencing in this matter. Your phone number, please, Mr. Hunter.
313-515-3230.
And your email address.
Tyreek, TYRIKH.Hunter@gmail.com.
Thank you, sir. The probation department will be calling you and sending documents to you to complete and return. Please respond to all of their email requests, and if you receive a voicemail from them, please respond to that as well. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Hunter, we're all set. Thank you for your patience this morning. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a blessed one as well.
Thank you very much. Mary Ann, I'm going to stop talking so you can bring these people in and get them identified. Ms. Wenzel? Mary Ann, I'll really stop talking. Go ahead.
Yes,
I'm gonna step
yes,
off.
ma'am.
Person who has Mo's Galaxy, can you hear me? The person who has, your name is Mo Betta, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What case are you here for this morning? Mo Betta?
I'm not really sure how to answer that. But it was a gas station incident.
I'm sorry,
It was a gas station incident.
but are you scheduled to be here this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And your last name is B-E-T-T-A?
No, Hitchcock, HITCHCLCK.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, just hold tight.
Yes, ma'am.
The person who has Mo's Galaxy, can you hear me? The person who has HMR, can you hear me?
What's wrong with this phone?
Weird, I'm about to have to pay all last time. This one expensive as fuck.
Yes. I can hear
What
now.
is your, okay, what is your name, please?
Maurice Hitchcock.
Oh, okay, wait. Were you signed in on something, another device?
No, I just re-signed in. It cut me out.
Okay,
So I just
got
re-signed in.
it. All right, thank you.
Got it.
I'm about to have to pay a whole ass fine. I got the page.
For James, did you get our police report?
Mute.
No.
Get everyone checked in, Mary Ann.
Yes, ma'am.
We had a small avalanche, everything fell. I'm trying to put these things back in order. Miss Wenzel.
Yes,
Erica
ma'am.
Wenzel.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. 210590 OM, Van Buren Township versus Erica Wenzel. State your name, ma'am.
Erica Wenzel.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June the 26th, 2021, the city of Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud. Ma'am, this is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning? Or were you looking for, whoever that's talking, either put them out or mute them, please? Were you looking to proceed on your own, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
A court-appointed attorney, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I think there might be another file or two ahead of yours. But Ms. Wenzel, if you sit tight, you'll soon see an invitation to join Mr. Jadala in the breakout room. When you see that invitation, please join him, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jadala, are you back with Mr. Giles?
And I was never sent into the breakout room with Mr. Giles. I only caught the tail end of what the charge was and what the offer was.
For Mr. Giles, the charge is breach of security. The offer is 30 days delayed. I'm sorry, I keep saying 30, 90 days delayed.
Got it. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay. Mary Ann has brought people in. I'm going to call names, and if I get to your name, unmute yourself and state your name for me, okay? Martesia Seward, S-E-W-A-R-T. Amanda Fernald. Tracy Conley. Christopher Malone. John Backus. Did we release the interpreter? Madam Interpreter, thank you for your patience this morning. We haven't seen Mr. Backus. You are free to go, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Sydney Scannell. Maurice Hitchcock. Is everybody in?
Maurice Hitchcock is here. Or he was.
Well, I'm calling his name. I'm going to pass it. I'll come back to it at the end of the docket. Sherry Parent. Ms. Wenzel's in with him. Sterling Jefferson. Roy Leffler. Sherry Wilson.
I'm here, Your Honor.
I see you, Ms. Wilson. Thank you. This is 21VB01396, Van Buren Township versus Sherry Wilson.
Yes.
State your name for me, ma'am.
Hi, Sherry Wilson.
Ms. Wilson, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on July 18, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is no offer from the prosecutor in this matter. For purposes
Actually,
of
Your Honor,
arraignment,
if I may, I apologize. There is an offer on this file for Ms. Wilson.
What is it, ma'am?
771 for 6 months.
Am I printing your thing out wrong that I can't see that?
No, Your Honor, on Wilson, I was waiting on the police department to get me some information. I just got it about a half hour ago, so I apologize.
771 for what period of time?
6 months.
6 months. Ms. Wilson, there's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the sole count of retail fraud, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 6 months, and so long as you receive no new criminal offenses and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor? Would you like to proceed?
I'm sorry, can you hear me, Your Honor? My apologies. My phone's echoing here a little bit there. If I may, can I ask Ms. Marino a question, please?
You can ask. I'm not sure if she'll be able to answer.
I just want to know, because I did follow up with the retail store, and they actually, several items, 9 items that I actually paid for, they removed them from my bags and stated that they were not paid. And they were supposed to update that information. I was not sure if Ms. Marino had received that.
I did not.
Okay, so I talked to Zach. I'm not sure if you see it. There are red dots here for 9 items that I was accused of, not purchasing. And they
okay, ma'am. No. I'm sorry.
No, I just know how to proceed from here.
No, Ms. Wilson, I'm going to stop you only because I don't have it. I'm stopping you only because you're getting into the substance of your case.
I'm
and
sorry.
right now, the array. No, ma'am, please give me 1 second. You're getting into the substance of your case, and for the arraignment, it's just your response to the charges of this thing happened on this date in this location, and here are your penalties. I told you what the offer is from the prosecutor, and my question before you interrupted me was, do you wish to accept the offer? Would you like to proceed on your own, or would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney? If you're able to answer those 3, accept the offer, proceed on your own, or talk to the court-appointed attorney, we'll do the arraignment, and then we can get to the pretrial part of it where you can discuss the actual substance of the allegations, okay?
Okay, my apologies. So yes, I would like to proceed, and I would like to plead not guilty.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Wilson, the court is going to mark your file accordingly that you're pleading not guilty to the charge of retail fraud.
Okay.
We'll set your bond in this matter at 1,000 personal, which means you don't need to post any money, but what you do need to do is return at all future court dates until this matter is resolved.
Okay.
Now the substance part. For the purposes of pretrial, how will we proceed? Ms. Wilson, that's my question to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that for me?
For the purposes of pretrial, so we've done the arraignment, which is the first part of the proceedings. The second part, and that was just guilty, not guilty, stand mute. Now we're at the substantive part of the proceedings, which is the pretrial. For purposes of pretrial, how are we proceeding?
Not guilty.
Ms. Wilson, what I'm going to suggest is that you join Mr. Jadal in the breakout room. There are rules associated with how parties proceed in criminal matters. He might be able to shed a little light on that and provide you some guidance, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Marianne, I don't see that file, but this thing failed. So you remind me and I'll look for it shortly. Jacob Barnes. Kimberly Canty. Derek Jackson. Ms. Cargill.
Shandidi or Cargill, yeah.
Give me 1 second, ma'am. This is 21WM01357, Wayne County Airport versus Cargill. Ma'am, I note your appearance for the record. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 9, 2021 at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by entering the checkpoint with your firearm. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentences in this matter would be delayed for a period of 3 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed by the court, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor? Would you like to proceed on your own, or would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
Because I've never been in trouble, Your Honor, I understand what you're saying. What is the cost?
The fine is up to $500 plus court costs.
Okay. Now, if I proceed, then with the 3 months, what is that? Just basically state I'll be able to.
Ms. Cargill, you've been on this Zoom for a little bit this morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you watched the other proceedings?
I've never been in trouble, so I don't understand.
Okay. Ms. Cargill, that is understandable. I love that somebody is not familiar with the court proceedings. That means you're not here often, which is what I like to. What I'm going to do is going to put you in to talk to Mr. Jadala. Put you in to talk to Mr. Jadala as soon as possible.
Okay.
So sit tight. He'll explain the offer to you. He'll give you some idea of what the actual penalty would be in this matter, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala.
Yes, Judge.
Were you ready with Ms. Wenzel?
Your Honor, I've only spoken to Wilson and Giles. Those are the 2 people I've spoken to.
Okay. Did Mr. Giles come back out? No, I don't see him as of yet. As for Ms. Wilson.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Back on with the case ending 1382, Kyle Giles and Wayne County Airport. Mr. Jadala.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Giles. For purposes of arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. And Your Honor, for purposes of the pretrial, Mr. Giles would like to avail himself to the plea where this matter will be taken under 90-day delayed sentence after a plea of guilty to the breach of security matter. He understands the rights he is waiving by doing so, and he'd like to avail himself.
Yes.
Mr. Giles,
Yes.
turn your video back on for me, please.
All right.
Were you were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes.
You had the opportunity to speak to him regarding the rights you had available to you this morning,
Yes.
along with the offer being made by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And after discussing with him, you wish to tender a plea of guilty to the charge of the breach of security.
Yes.
And you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't be able to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on June 12, 2021 at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you completed a breach of security by opening the door to gate A64 to let your friend on the jet bridge who was running late?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty. Sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days, so long as you incur no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs imposed by this court. The matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Sir, the court is going to impose a fine of $500, cost of $500. There is a $75 crime victims fee, $50 mandatory state costs, and fund fee of $20. By the court's calculation, that's $1,145. Are you able to pay that amount within 30 days, or do you need more time?
He's gonna need a payment plan in order to pay that. Is that right, Mr. Giles?
Yes.
And Mr. Giles, you can either go online to the court's website, which is mi34thdistrictcourt.com, and submit an email request for a payment plan, or you may call the court for a payment plan. Your phone number, sir.
248-996-3388.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Giles, you're all set. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Back on the record in 1396, Van Buren Township versus Wilson.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Wilson. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to wait for a reading and stand mute. And respectfully, we're going to request discovery and a final pretrial in this matter.
Waive formal reading, stand mute, discovery requested, final pretrial requested. The next 2 months are busy. Mr. Jadala, I can fit you in on the 16th of September.
I got no problems with that, Judge.
September 16th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. That will be back with me in courtroom number 1. I had set bond at 1,000 personal in this matter. Was there anything further, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Ma'am, we're all set. We'll see you back here on September 16th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Cargill. Mr. Jadala, I would like you to speak with Ms. Cargill in the breakout room. This is a checkpoint violation. The offer is 3 months delayed.
Thank you.
(21WM01454OM) Wayne County Airport versus Basha.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Ganem for the plaintiff. I'm sorry, for the defendant. I apologize. And my client is on. I just need him to, I believe he's on to unmute his audio and video. Salah, can you unmute your audio and video? Mr. Basha, unmute your audio and video. Huh. I know he's not an expert at this, Your Honor. We've been trying for about an hour.
I see him. I'm sending him messages right now. And if he doesn't, I'm going to pass it. You can
Yes.
call him and get him situated and we'll get back on the record.
Oh, you know
here
what?
we are.
He's on
Thank
right
you.
now. I apologize, Your Honor. He just unmuted his audio and video. So he is on.
State your name for me, Mr. Basha.
Yes.
State your name. Mr. Basha, state your name.
Salahuddin Basha.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter this morning. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
For the arraignment purposes, Judge, we will waive the reading and stand mute.
And for the pretrial?
For the pretrial, we've discussed it with the prosecutor to do a plea under 771.3 or 771 for a 3-month probationary period.
Mr. Basha, were you able to hear your attorney just now?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And it's your understanding that you will be tendering a plea of guilty to the sole count of the breach of security?
Yes,
And if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind?
yes,
You
Mr. Basha,
understand?
you understand? No, Mr.
yes,
Mr. Basha, you
yes, I
understand that
understand,
the
Honor.
court accepts if the court accepts your plea, you won't have a trial of any kind?
No, no, Honor.
No, do you understand that? That if you plead guilty, you will not have a trial? Do you understand that?
Yes.
You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses. You understand that, sir? Mr. Bosch,
Yes.
you understand that?
Honor.
And
you
sir, Mr.
understand-
Bosch, no, Mr. Ganem, I'm fine.
I
Take a breath, it's
apologize.
fine.
I
No,
apologize.
you're fine, sir. Listen, it's fine. Mr. Bosch, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily? Mr. Basha,
Yes.
you're entering your plea freely and
Yes, Honor.
voluntarily? Mr. Basha, has anybody threatened you any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, no,
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Honor. Yes, I did. Yes,
Mr.
I'm guilty,
Basha,
Honor.
is it true that on June 20th, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a breach of security by entering to a sensitive area without complying with directions from security?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Gannon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Basha, the court accepts your plea in this matter as previously indicated. Sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. If so long as you commit no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed by the court, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Is there anything you'd like to
Yes.
say before sentence is imposed on your client, sir?
No, Your Honor, he had a ticket to enter the plane and there was some misunderstanding. You know, his English is okay, but it's not perfect. And apparently he entered the jetway a step or so and they got upset. So he's never been in trouble, no criminal offenses. And we just appreciate the judge or, the court issuing minimal fines.
I'm going to impose a fine of $300, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and a fund fee of $20. That's $645. Is your client able to pay that amount within 30 days or will he need more time?
No, 30 days is fine, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Ganem?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Basha, you may disconnect. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, no, Honor. Thank you.
Oh, Mary Ann. Mr. Jadala hasn't come back yet, correct? No. Let's try again. Jacob Barnes. Kimberly Canty. Derek Jackson. Maya Davis. Victor Jordan. Samar Jadala and Ms. Cargill. Ready?
Yes, Judge.
Back on the record in the case ending 1357.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Cargill. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. And Your Honor, for purposes of the pretrial, Ms. Cargill understands the right she is waiving. She'd like to avail herself to the plea, or she'd be pleading as charged with a delayed sentence of 90 days, Your Honor.
Ms. Cargill, you were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that this morning you will be tendering a plea of guilty as charged to the misdemeanor checkpoint violation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the court accepts your plea this morning. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Cargill, is it true that on June 9, 2021, at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by carrying a firearm through the checkpoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty. Since the matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days as previously indicated and agreed to by and between the parties. The court will oppose sentence in this matter being a fine of $500, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and a fund fee of $20. That's $845. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
30 days.
Ma'am, if
I
it's
need
tight,
more.
that's fine. I'm going to offer you a couple of options, okay? You can go online to mi34thdistrictcourt.com. There's an email. You can submit an email request for a payment plan, or you can contact the court's collection department to set a payment plan. May I have your phone number, please?
313-320-8493.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Cargill, you're all set. You may disconnect and have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Thank you. Ms. Wenzel. Ms. Wenzel. She's here. I've been asking her to reconnect and she's not. So I'm going to put her back in the waiting room. Maybe we'll get her attention. And Mr. Jadala, I'll attempt to call the matter again shortly. Dejania Dunbar. Eric Ellington Austin. Sir, were you trying to unmute yourself in response to that? No?
No, my name is Eric Kaser, so I heard Eric and
I see that. I was
ready.
I wasn't sure if you were misnamed or not. Tiara Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Johnson. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me find the file. This is 21WM01380OM, Wayne County Airport versus Johnson. State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Tiara Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. So alleged that on June 12, 2021 at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you committed a misdemeanor, that being a checkpoint violation, that you did take a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint. This is a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days, and so long as you committed no new criminal violations and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or do you wish to proceed on your own this morning?
I wish to accept the offer, but I do ask, can I please have like reduced fines, because I've never been in trouble before. I don't even have speeding tickets. Like, I genuinely did not mean to commit any crimes I didn't know.
So Ms. Johnson, you understand that the court accepts your plea of guilty this morning. You won't have a trial of any kind in this matter. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Okay.
I'm asking you, do you understand that those are the rights you'll give up by entering this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yeah.
Is it true that on June 12, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by carrying a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the checkpoint violation. And I understood that you wish to be heard on the matter of fines and costs before sentence was imposed.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it that you'd like to say, ma'am?
I just wanted to see if I would be able to get a reduced fine, because like I said, I've never been in trouble before. I've never been to court, no speeding tickets, nothing. It was an honest mistake. I really didn't know that I had it in my bag. I thought I put it in my check bag.
Ms. Johnson, the court does not have the police report. What is this dangerous weapon that you were carrying through the checkpoint?
It was a pocket knife. It was like a comb knife thing that my stepmom gave me.
Gave you while you were here?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were traveling back home when you were charged?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to June 12, 2021, when was the last time you had contact with law enforcement?
Never.
Do you still have this folding comb knife thing?
No, they kept it at the airport.
Okay. Do you have any comment, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, the court hears your plea, understands your situation. I will impose a minimal fine in this matter of $100, cost of $100, crime victims of $75. Something else you wanted to say, ma'am?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, so I thought I heard somebody and I didn't want to talk while you were trying to say something else. Mandatory state cost of $50 and the fund fee of $20. That's a total of $345. Ms. Johnson, are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I need more time.
May I have your phone number, please?
Yes, area code 313-627-3458.
Ma'am, what you can do is you can go online to mi34thdistrictcourt.com and submit an email request for a payment plan. You can call the court's collection department and request a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
Thank you so very much and good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good.
Thank you. Gerald Smith. Edward Daly. Kyle Giles, we did that. Andre Holly. Cario Salters. Eric Kaser.
Here, Your Honor.
21WM01406, Wayne County Airport versus Kaser. Mr. Kaser, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 16, 2021, at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed the misdemeanor of being a disorderly person, that you did disrupt, impede, or harass the orderly flow of passengers. This is punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. And if you committed no new criminal violations and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Did you wish to accept this offer? Would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or would you like to proceed to the arraignment on your own?
I'm pretty sure I understand, but could I also speak to the attorney?
Yes, sir. You'll see an invitation to go into the breakout room with Mr. Jadala. Please go in there, speak to him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And when you're done, come back out and we'll recall the matter.
Thank you.
Darnell Lanier. Peterson Roshan. Deborah Funches.
I am here, Giovanna. Oh.
This is 21WM01450OM, Wayne County Airport versus Deborah Funches. I'm coming right back to you, ma'am. Keep yourself muted. I'll be back with you.
This is,
Funches?
hello. Yes,
Hi. State your name, ma'am.
Deborah Holding Funches.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. Ma'am, it's alleged that on June 20th, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation misdemeanor by taking a dangerous weapon through security. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentencing this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, and so long as you committed no new criminal offenses and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter would be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or would you like to proceed on your own this morning?
I would like to speak to the court-appointed attorney.
Ma'am, he is in with someone else right now. I will put your file on the side. When he's done with that person, we'll get you in to speak to him, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is 21WM01461. This is Wayne County Airport versus
Giovanna.
Chiffon Peterson. Peterson? Is it something else than what we have in the file, ma'am?
My name is Giovanna Peterson Roshan.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. That was the wrong case number. This is 21WM01412OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Giovanna Peterson Roshan.
Yes.
Ma'am, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 16, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by taking a firearm to the checkpoint. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, and so long as you committed no new criminal offenses and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Did you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or do you wish to proceed on your own in some other fashion this morning?
I'd like to accept the offer, but can I ask one question?
Yes, ma'am.
Within the 3 months period of time, my concern is my license and my professional license. And when they ask me questions such as, have I been convicted of a crime? It makes a difference. So within those 3 months, do I have to state yes, or how would that go in terms of my record for the next 3 months?
The sentence is actually delayed for a period of 3 months.
Okay.
Are you anticipating having to answer that question over the next 90 days?
Yes.
Then what you'll do, ma'am, is you'll sit tight. There's 2 other matters in front of you. You ask your specific licensing issues to Mr. Jadala, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, you're back with Mr. Kaser.
That's correct, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
The file that ends in 1406.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Jadala, P6218, preparing on behalf of Mr. Kaser. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of pretrial, Mr. Kaser would like to avail himself to the plea. He understands the rights he is waiving by pleading guilty today.
Mr. Kaser, you heard Mr. Jadala just now,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you've had sufficient time to discuss with him both the rights you have available to you this morning and the offer being made by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have one follow-up question that I did forget, but I do understand them.
Yes, sir.
I applied for a CPL a couple months ago. Would this affect anything with that? It should be in the mail like now, to be honest with you.
Do you know the answer to that question, Mr. Jadala?
Your Honor, that's absolutely up to the gun board. Usually they don't. Usually if it's not involving a firearm and it's not a high severity crime, the gun board doesn't act, but usually they do random checks to see if it happened, and they'll send them a letter. You should have received a letter by now already once he was charged, if they were going to take any action.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Kaser, you wish to plead guilty in this matter as charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've discussed all rights you'd be giving up if you entered this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily.
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, Your Honor.
And you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on June 16, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you were a disorderly person?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, the court accepts your plea as previously indicated. Since will be delayed for a period of 3 months. No new criminal offenses. You pay the fines and costs, and the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Mr. Jadala, do you have any comments as to fines and costs in this matter?
Just that, Your Honor, Mr. Kaser understands what he did was inappropriate, Your Honor. It was a matter where he thought he was outnumbered in defending his significant other who was with him at that time. He understands that isn't an excuse, but he'd like the judge to take that under consideration when assessing fines and costs.
Any comment, Mr. Mena?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Was alcohol involved in this incident, Mr. Kaser?
No, Your Honor. And actually, I'm trained. I was in the military for the Army, military police, and the infantry. And I actually only restrained them. I didn't even strike them.
Sir, the court's going to assess a fine of $200, cost of $100. There's crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and a fund fee of $20. That's $445. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
I can pay it, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
We're all set. Have a good day, sir. Thank you. Mr. Jadala, there are 2 more airport cases. They're both checkpoint cases with delayed sentence offers. There is Deborah Funches to speak to you and Dr. Peterson Roshan to speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've tried to reactivate Ms. Wenzel a couple of times. I've been unsuccessful. Mary Ann, I'm putting her all the way out. Hopefully when she reconnects, she's able to turn her video and or her audio on. Andrea Tippins. Shanice Harris.
Hello, Your Honor. Shanice Harris.
Yes, ma'am. 21WM01403OM, Wayne County Airport versus Shanice Harris. State your name for me, ma'am.
Shanice Harris.
Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter, ma'am. It's alleged that on June 15, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation. This is a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. And so long as you committed no new criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Would you like to speak to the court-appointed attorney, or would you like to proceed in the arraignment on your own?
Is it possible I can speak to the prosecutor? Or no? I'm not familiar with how it goes, but I wanted to ask him a possible question of negotiating the time frame for the 90 days.
Mr. Mena?
I have no problem talking to her if she doesn't want to have counsel with her present.
Well, it's fine. I don't need counsel. I just had a question where.
Then Ms. Harris, you're going to see an invitation to go into the breakout room with Mr. Mena. Please take that, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back on the record in the file ending 1450, Funches, Mr. Jadala.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Funches. At this time, Your Honor, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute, Your Honor, and for purposes of pre-trial, Ms. Funches would like to avail herself to the plea. She understands the right she is waiving by pleading guilty to this matter today.
Ms. Funches, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes.
And ma'am, is it your desire this morning to accept the plea offer made by the prosecutor in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes.
Is it true that on June 20th, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you took a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint in violation of law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea to the charge of the checkpoint violation. Sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months as previously negotiated by and between the parties. And what was the dangerous weapon, ma'am?
It was a gun. I keep my gun in my purse, and even if I'm not carrying my purse, it's still in my purse. And when I was rushing out to take a flight with my brother who was picking me up earlier than I was supposed to go, I just threw everything in my purse and rushed out the door and grabbed it and forgot it was in there. It was never my intention to bring the weapon. I usually keep it locked and hidden when I go out of town. I just simply forgot it was in there in my haste.
Understood. Ma'am, the court's going to impose a fine of $500, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state costs of $50, and the fund fee of $20. That's $845. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
I'm gonna need more time for that.
Then, ma'am, what you can do is you can go online to mi34thdistrictcourt.com. There is a button that you can push to submit a request for a payment plan, or you can call the court and speak to the collections department to set a payment plan, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Jadala? Oh. Ms. Funches, you're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Dr. Peterson Roshana, have you gone in with Mr. Jadala yet?
No, I have not.
You'll see an invitation to join him in, I don't know what room he's assigned to, Marianne. Room 1.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Andrea Tippins, we were there. Shanice Harris, Miss Harris. Nope. Jessica Johnson. Miss Johnson, I see you up there in my upper right-hand corner. This is 21WM01455, Wayne County Airport versus Jessica Johnson. What happened?
She's coming back.
Miss Johnson, state your name for me, please. Miss Johnson?
Jessica Johnson?
Yes, state your name for me, please.
Jessica Johnson.
Thank you, ma'am. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 21st, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by taking a dangerous weapon through the checkpoint. This is a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor in this matter that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. So long as you committed no new criminal offenses during this time and paid the fines and costs assessed by the court, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Do you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor? Do you wish to speak to the court-appointed attorney to be represented for arraignment, or do you wish to proceed to the arraignment on your own?
Can I speak to the court-appointed attorney, please?
Yes, ma'am. He's in with someone else this right now. As soon as they're done, I think there's one other person. So I'll queue you up to go in with him as soon as possible, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Terrence Allen. Benjamin Higgins.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
I see you, Mr. Higgins. This is 21WM01476, Wayne County Airport versus Benjamin Higgins. State your name for me.
Benjamin Higgins.
Mr. Higgins, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on June 23rd, 2021, at Wayne County Airport, located in the city of Romulus, you were in possession of marijuana. That's a drug crime, sir, that you did in fact smuggle 4.8 pounds of marijuana, allegedly, of marijuana on the airplane. It's a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is no offer from the prosecutor. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
The assistance of the court-appointed attorney, Your Honor.
There are two other matters ahead of yours, Mr. Higgins. If you continue to sit tight, we'll get back to you as soon as possible, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. This is 1412. Mr. Jadala, was that sufficient time with Dr. Peterson Roshan?
It was, Your Honor.
How are we proceeding, Mr. Jadala?
Your Honor, respectfully, Samer Jadala, P62186. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to wait formal reading and stay in mute. And Dr. Peterson Roshan would like to avail herself to the plea. She understands the right she is waiving by pleading guilty at this time.
Dr. Peterson Roshan, you were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes.
And you had the opportunity to speak to him regarding the questions you had in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you wish to accept the offer made by the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the court accepts your plea of guilty this morning to the checkpoint violation. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, I do.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, I am.
Ma'am, is it true that on June 16, 2021, at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by taking a firearm to the checkpoint?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Dr. Peterson Roshan, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged. The sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days as previously agreed to by and between the parties. So long as you incur no new criminal violations and pay a fine of $500, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and the fund fee of $20 for a total of $845, the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Ma'am, are you able to pay the $845 within 30 days, or do you need more time?
Yes, I'm able to pay.
Thank you, ma'am. Pay that amount within 30 days. No new criminal offenses for 90 days, and the matter will be reviewed for dismissal. Anything further, Mr. Mena?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. You're all set. You're ready. You're free to go. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you, and you have a great day also.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, this is Jessica Johnson. As a checkpoint violation, same 3 months delayed. She'd like to speak to you.
Sounds good, Judge.
Marianne will put you into a breakout room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Harris, were you done speaking with Mr. Mena?
I have an invite to join a room too. So I think I have to do that or no?
No, just hit
No,
that now.
ma'am.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not familiar with Zoom. Sorry.
No, you don't. It's not the Zoom. It's my question to you is that you have a chance to speak to Mr. Mena.
Yes, ma'am, I did. Yes.
And are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Back on the record in the case that ends in 1403 Airport versus Harris. How are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, my understanding is she's going to plead guilty to the offense. It'll be taken pursuant to 771 for a period of 3 months.
Ms. Harris, is that your understanding and agreement?
Yes, I had a question to possibly get the fines reduced, being that I had to pay a outstanding amount to the TSA separate from this regarding the same situation.
Oh, yes, ma'am. The administrative fees associated with violating the law.
Yes.
I understand. Ma'am, for purposes of this proceeding, if it's your intention to enter a plea of guilty in this matter, you understand that the court accepts your plea this morning. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it true that on June 15, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you took a dangerous weapon to the checkpoint?
Yes, if you have time, I could give you like a brief summary where it don't seem as vague.
What was the weapon?
It was a .40 caliber gun.
Ma'am, the court accepts your, give me 1 second, I'll get to what you're trying to say. The court accepts your plea. Sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days as previously indicated. And for purposes of sentencing, there was something you wanted to say about the circumstances of that day?
Yes, Your Honor. The reason that they were able to be aware that the gun was in my Louis Vuitton bag is because I told them. It was on the like roller to go through scanning. And I'm like, hey, could you stop my bag? I have my weapon in there, but I'm a licensed carrier. And they flipped out. So I tried to prevent it, but being that I brought it on the property, I had already violated the airport. But it was an honest human mistake because I had 6 children with me headed to Disney World. So I was trying not to lose any of the children, make sure we had all of our things. So it was really a human error. It was not my intentions. I've never done this before.
Taking a gun to Disney World, you never done that before?
Well, no, I didn't try to take it into the airport. I tried to leave it at my mom's in the lockbox. But being that it was in my purse, I forgot. I had 2 diaper bags, suitcases.
You forgot that you forgot that you had a gun in your purse?
I forgot to leave it in the lockbox because we had an early AM flight. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say I forgot it because you can't just forget you have something like that. But the reason I carried it was for protection of my children and myself. So trying to get everyone into the airport, all these tickets, our IDs, it was just a lot. And it was very new.
Ms. Harris, I understand, and Mr. Minute is regularly in this court, and you've heard it all morning long, people who forgot they had their gun, and it concerns me because I've handled guns for 40 years now, and I've never forgotten that I've had a gun in my purse, on my person, in my bag. And I hear you. I hear you, and I hear your explanation, and forgetting a gun is more troubling than anything else. And I understand 6 kids in the airport, but
I worded it wrong. See, I told them it was in the bag. Like before it went through the metal detector scanner thing, I'm like, hey, could you stop my bag? I have to take something to my car. And they're like, no, once it's on the belt, it's too late. So then they saw why, and everyone just freaked out. It went.
So your effort that morning was to snatch your purse off the belt, run back and leave your gun in your vehicle while you were in Disney World?
No, I was gonna have my mom pull up to, bring my lockbox.
Okay.
And then, so I have a lockbox with a key. So I was gonna have her bring it back because she resides there. I live in Norton Shores.
Okay. Ms. Harris, I hear you. I appreciate your explanation. I'm just trying to probe this gun thing, but I'm going to stop because there's 14 other people. And I appreciate
I'm sorry.
No. Ms. Harris, I've been wanting to ask people for the last 6 months about this gun thing. What did you have to pay TSA?
$1,500 on July 30th. No, I have the receipt here. So the penalty, July 30th at 10:26 a.m., $1,500.
Ms. Harris, I hear you, I understand you, and I sympathize with your cadre that you were traveling with that morning, but the court is going to assess the same fine and cost that I have in these previous files, the fine being $500, cost being $200, crime victims of 75, state cost of 50, fund fee of 20, that's $845.
Okay.
Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
Payment arrangement would be great if possible.
Your phone number, please.
231-343-7099.
Ma'am, what you can do is go online to mi34thdistrictcourt.com, submit an email request for a payment plan, or you can call the court and speak to the collections department to establish a payment plan, okay?
Okay, I was writing it down. Okay, thank you so much. And I was nervous,
You're
so
so
it's kind of
welcome.
hard to put it in words. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Ms. Harris. Thank you for your patience this morning. You have a wonderful day, okay?
You too, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, were you back with Ms. Johnson? I'm sorry for having you sit through that. I've just been curious.
No problem, Judge. Yes, we are ready.
One- 1455, Jessica Johnson.
Yeah, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Johnson. At this time, we'll waive formal reading and stand mute for purposes of arraignment. And for the pretrial portion, Your Honor, my client understands the right she is waiving by availing herself to the plea as charged under a 90-day delayed sentence.
Ms. Johnson, you were able to hear Mr. Jadala just now.
Yes,
And it's your understanding that you'll be tendering a plea of guilty to this morning to the charges against you,
yes,
and that the sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, and so long as you commit no new criminal offenses during this time and pay the fines and costs assessed by the court, that the matter will be reviewed for dismissal.
yes,
And you understand that the court accepts your plea this morning, you give up your right to a trial in this matter, you give up a right to call witnesses on your own behalf and see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
yes,
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promising anything to get you to plead guilty.
no, yes,
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
yes,
Ma'am, is it true that on June 21st, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you committed a checkpoint violation by taking a dangerous weapon, that being a pink taser, through the checkpoint?
that's correct.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the checkpoint violation. Hold your hand up and show me how big the pink taser was, please.
It was like this big.
Thank you. Ma'am, court's going to impose a fine of $200, cost of $200, crime victims of 75, mandatory state cost of 50, and a fund fee of 20. By my calculations, that's $545. Are you able to pay that with 30 days, or do you need more time?
Can I have an extension, please?
Yes, ma'am. May I have your phone number, please?
419-810-2030.
As I indicated on the record before, you can go on mi34thdistrictcourt.com, submit a request for a payment plan, or you can call the court's collection department and they'll put you on a payment plan, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your patience this morning. You have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Higgins, Mr. Jadala, it's a drug crime at the airport. There is no offer. It's 4.8 pounds of marijuana. Mr. Higgins, please join him in the breakout room. Attorney Quas. Holy smokes.
There we go.
Who is
Morning.
your client, sir?
Ms. Vassar.
I looked up and saw you. I'm like, what in the world is happening here? This is 21WM01473OT, Wayne County Airport versus Vassar.
Yeah, may it please the court. Judge, I have had the liberty of chatting with Mr. Mena while the Zoom was ongoing. He has emailed me an order for discovery. I will complete that form, submit it to the court, ask for an adjourned trial date. I did file an arraignment by mail, but for formal proceedings, I guess I'll stand my client mute, ask the court to enter not guilty plea.
I need your client just to turn on her video and identify herself for me, please.
Hi, this is Shelley Vassar. I thought that I had my video on. I'm sharing my screen.
Your screen is dark. No, you're not. You're not supposed to do a screen share. It's start video. The button that looks like an old school camera.
Hang on.
Discovery requested. And bond in this matter.
Yeah, we'd ask for
1,000 personal. I made a notation that discovery was requested and a adjourn date is September 16 with me. If your schedule allows, Mr. Quast.
I'll be out of state on the 16th.
November 4th.
Thank you.
November 4th, 2021 at 10 a.m. That's with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Anything else in this matter?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience this morning. Anything else, Mr. Mena? I'm sorry.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vassar. Back with Judge Green on November 4th, ma'am. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Hitchcock.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a half a hot second. Sorry. Mr. Hitchcock, I called your name before. I didn't get a response from you. This is 21VB0122, Van Buren Township versus Maurice Hitchcock. Turn your video on, please, sir, and state your name for me.
Maurice Hitchcock.
Thank you, Mr. Hitchcock. Today is a day and time set for your arraignment in this matter. It's alleged that on June 16, 2021, in Van Buren Township, you committed the act of retail fraud. It's a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail, fines of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, sir, did you wish to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I could proceed.
Okay. As a preliminary matter, sir, there is an order for fingerprints that this court is signing. You will need to be fingerprinted at the Van Buren Township Police Department, actually the Public Safety Building, but you need to go and be fingerprinted at the court signing the order. For purposes of arraignment, sir, guilty, not guilty, or standing mute?
Guilty. But I'm sorry, can I say something?
Mr. Hitchcock, what is it that you like to say, sir?
That I'm out of state in college right now in Alabama.
You're out of state in college in what?
In Alabama.
Oh, I thought you said something else after that. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, since the matter will be delayed for 6 months and so long as you paid the restitution of $7.08 and paid the fines and costs, that the matter would be reviewed for dismissal. You're nodding, Mr. Hitchcock.
Oh, I'm
think
sorry.
you might want to talk to.
I'm
No,
sorry.
do you want to proceed with that, or do you wish to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
I can proceed.
Okay. Do you wish to accept the offer, or are you just pleading guilty?
I will accept. I am guilty.
Sir, you understand the court accepts your plea this morning. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true, sir, that on June 16, 2021 in Van Buren, I'm sorry, Mr. Hitchcock, before we proceed, I wanted to disclose on the record to you that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. I make this disclosure to you because Van Buren Township is the police agency involved. My husband is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the Public Safety Department. If I said your name and mentioned this case to him, it would mean nothing at all to him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, is it true that on June 16, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you stole leaf wraps, which is
Yes,
an
ma'am.
act of retail fraud?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Hitchcock, is there anything you'd like to say before the court imposes your fines and costs in this matter?
No, ma'am.
Where are you in school? You said Alabama, but what school?
Chattahoochee Valley Community College.
How long, what year is this for you?
My first.
What are you studying?
Electrical engineering.
Where'd you go to high school?
Belleville.
What was your GPA when you graduated?
2.3.
2.3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who's paying for you to be in school right now?
My father.
Your father? Does your father know that you're here in court this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you work at all?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Manarino, do you have any comment before sentence is imposed in this matter?
No, excuse me, no, Your Honor, I'd leave it to the court's discretion.
Mr. Hitchcock, the court is going to impose a fine of $100, cost of $100. There's crime victims of 75. There's mandatory state costs of 50. There's a fund fee of 20 and the restitution of $7.08. That's $352.08.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, what you'll need to do is go on the court's website, submit an email request for a payment plan in this matter. Your phone number, please.
313-433-9265.
Thank you. Anything further? Any questions, Mr. Hitchcock?
No, ma'am.
We're all set. Thank you for your patience, sir. Have a good day and good luck in school.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Back on the record in the case that ends 1476, Higgins.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Higgins. Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. For the pretrial, Your Honor, Mr. Higgins will be pleading as charged to the marijuana drug crime at the airport, Your Honor.
Mr. Higgins, you were able to hear the comments just made by Mr. Jadala.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, it's your understanding that you'll be pleading guilty as charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I do, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on June 23rd, 2021 at Wayne County Airport in the city of Romulus, you smuggled 4.8 pounds of marijuana on an airplane, which is a drug crime, possession of marijuana?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Any comments on fines and costs before sentence is imposed, Mr. Jadala?
Just that Mr. Higgins, Your Honor, is a resident of California. He does have 2 children. He's extremely remorseful. He understands he made a stupid decision and stupid mistake by doing what he did. Apologizes to the airport officials as well as this court, Your Honor. He has no previous history of any of this, Your Honor. He did have a 2013 misdemeanor gun case in California where he did serve probation. He was successfully completed off of probation, Your Honor. But besides that, he has no other criminal history.
Any comment, Mr. Mena?
Yeah, I just simply note for the court that this second time that we've interdicted with Mr. Higgins, he was not charged on the first time, but $33,000 in cash was seized and forfeited from him That would have been in March of this year. So I just want the court to be aware of that. No charges were filed on that. And the money was never challenged.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, Mr. Higgins.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court's going to, in as much as you're out of state.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear that last part.
One second, the judge is going to make her a recommendation now, Mr. Higgins.
Okay, all right.
I was just saying, in as much as you're out of state and you've appeared timely this morning, the court's going to impose a fine of $300, cost of $200, crime victims of $75, mandatory state cost of $50, and fund fee of $20. That's $645. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
No, I can pay that within 30 days, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your phone number, please, Mr. Higgins.
323-428-0360.
Anything further, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Higgins, you're all set. You may disconnect.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day. Dominique Ruffin. Ruffin. There is someone here who's only identified by numbers and letters. I'm asking them to unmute and activate their video. That is the only. Mo's Galaxy and another unidentified person right here with the blue ceiling. Your name, sir, ma'am.
No, this is Erica Wenzel. I was in the room previously before, and I was
Miss
kicked
Wenzel,
out.
I kept trying to get you activated. We're back on the record, 210590, Van Buren Township versus Wenzel. Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samer Jadala, P62186. Your Honor, Ms. Winslow, I do not recall speaking with her. I know there was no
I
offer.
didn't speak to you, no.
I know there was no offer, but I did not have an opportunity to speak to her.
Please join Mr. Jadala in the breakout room to speak to him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Marianne?
Yes.
As soon as Ms. Wenzel and Mr. Jadala go, please leave us recording, but take us off of live stream.
Okay.